help to left field than right field today.
All right, let's take a look at the White Sox starting lineup, brought to you by your Bay Area Chevrolet dealers. It'll be Mydroth in the leadoff spot, followed by Murakami, and then Miguel Vargas. Randall Grichuk will be the cleanup hitter. At third base today is Colston Montgomery, followed by Cuero, Hill, Peters, and then Acuna. Acuna will be at short.
On the hill today for the Giants will be the left-handed veteran Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray, 6'2", 220-pounder. He's 34 years of age, in his 12th year at the big league level. This is start number 11. He's 3-6 with a 4.28 ERA. 50 strikeouts and 54 2/3 innings. Lifetime against the White Sox, 1-2. That's his record. Let's take a look at the StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud on Robbie Ray. You see a fastball, it's going to be a four-seamer. It's going to average right around 93 to 96 miles per hour. And the slider has been his primary weapon most of his career. He has a changeup and a knuckle curveball, and he's not afraid to throw those at any count. And let's check out the Giants' defense. It's brought to you by Walk-Up Personal Injury Law. Starting in the outfield from left to right, it'll be Rodriguez, Bader, and Victor Baracoto. He will be making his debut. Best arm, well, that would be in right field. Adames and Chapman on the left side, Arise and Schmidt on the right side, and Daniel Susak, he'll be in the squad putting down the signs.
First pitch of the ball game is a swing and a foul back. And we get started at 106. No balls and one strike to the leadoff hitter, the second baseman, good young player in Chase Mydroth, who's 1 for 8 in the series. He's part of this young bunch here in Chicago as that pitch is down low on the appeal. No swing. Take a look at our umpires. It'll be Chris Guccione, the veteran behind the plate. Then it's Rackley, Seiya, and Krupa. Out of play down the right field line, and we'll do it again.
Guccione, the plate umpire, I mean, I think he's a low ball guy, and he's tight. You don't get big corners with him.
Murakami on deck to pitch. And another foul out of play, almost like a protection swing. Oh for 2 is the only history between Mydroth and Robbie Ray. And the 2-2 is swinging another pop-up out of play. Somebody made a nice play.
Yeah, right below us. And he had one handful of a lot of snacks, but he had a glove.
In the dirt. Yeah, the glove thing can make a difference.
Well, especially when you're going to try and make a one-handed play.
Full count. Hit well to left. Back is Rodriguez at the wall, and it is gone. So the leadoff hitter, Chase Mydroth, hits his 4th home run of the year. How about that?
Well, not only did he hit a home run, but Mydroth's 8 pitches in the at-bat, and there's a don't walk of challenge fastball across the letters, and he just smothers it. It does give you an idea that there's carry to left field today when there wasn't yesterday early.
Here's Murakami, who fouls it out of play. Murakami's got 1 hit in 7 at-bats in this series. And he has never faced Robbie Ray before. And a call strike. White Sox come in with a record of 26-25, so they're a game over 500. They're 3.5 back of Cleveland. There's a pitch wide, 1-2.
White Sox have been the surprise team of 2026. They haven't been over 500 this deep into the season for a long time. Will Venable, their skipper, has done a good job.
You know what's really interesting about teams that are a surprise, and a lot of times even the team is surprised, but then they're not surprised for very long because they get into a rhythm of starting to feel that they're pretty good.
You get that feeling that you're going to win when you go to the ballpark. That's what you look for. And when that happens, that's when a team takes off.
And another full count. Spanish audio is available on the SAP channel. Swing and a miss. You got him.
Yeah, that's how you like to come back after you give up a home run. You like to strike the next guy out. Doesn't mean that you're not still a tick for giving up the home run, but still, that's a nice 3-2 win for Robbie Ray. And he sends Power back to the bench.
Here's Miguel Vargas, who's hitting at 243. Vargas, 11 home runs. He's got 30 runs batted in.
He does not get cheated.
Known for his bat, but not yesterday. He had trouble with pop-ups. Takes the next pitch down low. He was at third base yesterday. Today he'll be at first. The veteran Randall Grichuk is on deck. Here's the 1-1. And a very high pop-up into shallow center field for Bader. 2 outs. And here's Grichuk.
This ought to be a pretty good matchup. It's going to be strength on strength. Robbie Ray throws a lot of high fastballs, and Grichuk is very, very good against left-handed pitching above the belt, especially with the fastball.
Grichuk has bounced around in his career, but always seems to find a spot at the Major League roster. He's got 4 home runs and 10 runs batted in, probably in a role now where he'll play against lefties. He does have 1 hit in 2 at-bats in this series. Fouls this one off of Susak, and it's 0-2.
We got Susak pretty good right in the mask.
It's a wake-up call in the first inning.
Yeah, it's one you don't want to have again in the same game.
The 0-2. Grichuk stays alive. So Robbie Ray, this will be pitch number 21. And it's very high. You can see, or actually you can hear the grunt from Robbie Ray. Down low, 2-2. Should Richard reach, which doesn't look like he will. As Chapman comes in, and that'll end the inning. So the leadoff home run, and then strikeout, pop-up ground ball. Giants are coming up.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
The leadoff home run by the second baseman, Mydruth. It's 1-0. Giants are coming up, and let's take a peek at their lineup brought to you by your Bay Area Chevrolet dealers. It'll be Adames, Arise, and Schmidt. Devers, the cleanup hitter, and the DH. Chapman, Susac catching, and then it's Rodriguez in left field. Harrison Bader, the grand slam yesterday. He'll hit 8th, and it'll be Victor Barracoto, who's making his debut in the lineup, starting lineup. He does have one at bat.
Noah Schultz on the hill today for the White Sox. 8th start of the year, 2-3 with a 4.93 ERA. Really got off to a good start, but he's kind of had some control problems of late. Schultz, a big guy. He's 6'10". That's right, 6'10", 240s, 22 years of age, and he's a rookie.
Giants had Sean Jelly, who's just about the same size.
Yeah, maybe a little taller. Sean Jelly is in Japan now. Pitching.
Yeah. It's always interesting when you go on a road trip with someone on your roster that's that tall. I mean, you walk through the lobby and people there think, well, must be an NBA team in town.
Yeah, that's exactly what they think.
2-1 to Adames. 3-1. Adames hit a home run late in the game yesterday. That was his 6th of the year. He's 2 for 10 in this series. That is the wildest 3-1 pitch I've ever seen.
Well, and now Luis Arise, who's going to be hitting left-handed, he took notice of that. I mean, let's take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud on Noah Schultz. He is two type of fastball. He'll throw the fastball over 50% of the time. His breaking ball is a sweeper. He has a cutter and a changeup with that low 3/4, almost high sidearm delivery.
Arise is 4 for 10 in the series. There's a bunt. And if he bunts it just a shade harder, he's got a hit.
Well, he had the right idea going to the right side of the infield with a big left-handed pitcher like Schultz. He's fallen off hard to the third base side, but hey, nice play by the 6'10" pitcher.
I mean, he's going to get a sacrifice on it.
Let's check out the White Sox defense. Is brought to you by Walk-Up Personal Injury Law, starting the outfield from left to right. It'll be Grichuk, Peters, and Hill in the outfield. Acuna and Montgomery left side. Edroth, Vargas on the right side. Edgar Coro will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Here's Schmidt. Schmidt with a foul back. Well, Vargas doesn't like wearing glasses at third, but he is wearing them today at first.
I think he's going to be a glasses guy from now on.
I think he's going to wear them eating dinner, on the plane, in the hotel. If you're a young player, veteran guys are going to remind you no matter where they are.
Yeah.
You'll be in a rainstorm and they're going to say, hey, dude, where's your glasses? On the ground to right field, a base hit. And here comes Adames. He's going to score. Schmidt goes the other way. And this game is tied. You know what? Take note of that, Casey Schmidt. There's a lot of hits over there.
There's a lot of hits to right field, and he goes out of the strike zone. I mean, a long way to get to this, and they had played him to pull. Miguel Vargas, the first baseman, wasn't even close. He had none chance to get that. So a money hit, and we're all tied up.
Here's Devers. Devers chases that first breaking ball. It snowballs in 1 strike. Every once in a while you'll see a hitter, and I don't know if it's true, but that they've decided in the on-deck circle that they're going to swing at the first pitch. It looked like that from Devers.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did.
And if you guess right, you can catch up to one if it's in the right spot.
Plus, if you throw a breaking ball and a guy swings at it like Devers did first pitch, you're thinking, well, I could throw him another one.
Yeah.
Well, he just did, and Devers just missed it. He had a good swing.
Here's the 0-2. And it's a bit high. So that velocity is at 95. The look to second. High drive! Right center field off the bricks. Devers has got the longest double of the year, and the Giants take the lead.
And he does it in a 2-strike count. And he took nothing out of that swing. When they set an outside target, it goes right on the inside part of the plate, just hangs up there for him. And he thought he got it. I mean, he was walking out of this.
Why wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, pretty good argument. But here, you got to respect Cripple's Alley, but he got all that one.
Here's Chapman. Chapman is 1 for 9 in the series. So a couple of doubles that couldn't be more polar opposite. Schmidt and Devers. And a little low to even the count.
Well, the good thing about Devers, when they put that double into the books, there'll be a little asterisk that'll say home run in 29 other parks.
That always makes a hitter a lot happier.
Went 403 feet. So
But-
Bruce Bochy used to say, a guy hits the ball 400 feet, it should be out of the ballpark.
But you're right. But Devers can always say, look, I didn't choose to come here. I got traded here. Here's the 2-1 delivery to Chapman. Chapman gets underneath this one. Yeah. Well, the White Sox are making pop-ups interesting. That's out number 2.
Well, my draft at one point, I mean, he was saying, hey, I need a little help. No glasses. You can see where the ball hits off the wall, high off the bricks. And really a nice job from Peters, the center fielder, to back that play up. If that ball gets by him, it could have been inside the Parker.
Here's Susac. 1 for 3 in the series. Really could not offer at that first pitch. He does like the first pitch. On the ground towards the hole, but cut off at third by Montgomery, and that'll end the inning. A walk and 2 doubles. Giants lead 2-1.
Cutwater, real cocktails, perfectly mixed, with a portfolio of 20-plus award-winning canned cocktails. It's never been easier to enjoy a high-quality cocktail. Please enjoy responsibly. Cutwater Spirits, California. Hey, new Captain Pete's here, all the way from Half Moon Bay. Nothing but gamers on that boat.
Ratio doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't.
Here's Montgomery, who dribbles one foul, and it's 0-1. Montgomery 2 for 9 in this series, as I mentioned, at shortstop in the first 2 games, third base this afternoon. And a good grunt and a strike.
Watching Robbie Ray pitch during COVID was a thrill because there were no fans in the stands. And he would scream and it would resonate. Because that's more than a grunt.
Yeah, it was a growl. It was everything. The year that we're trying to forget about.
Yeah.
We thought the cutouts thing, God, this is great. Look at that. And then by the end of the 60 games, we were like so sick of them.
Yeah, they just were so quiet. Just a quiet group.
3-2.
A lot of 3-ball counts early in this game for Robbie Ray.
That puts him at 28 pitches. Well, let's all play ball. Don't miss play ball weekend. It's coming up June 5th through the 7th, encouraging youth everywhere to get out and play. Visit playball.org to register for a free event near you. Swinging is Caro, and it's out of play. See the numbers for Caro. And a swing and a miss.
He like he was trying to go to right field with that swing.
Caro is a switch hitter. He's 2 for 31 right-handed. That's why, for me, I don't think I could have mentally handled being a switch hitter. I mean, if I'm hitting 310 left-handed and 085 right-handed, guess what?
That's right.
I'm not even going to take BP right-handed.
No.
Foul back. But the real good ones, the numbers are usually pretty close.
Yeah, they're very close. You know, Randy Wynn was talking about that. He said, well, the good thing is if you're in a slump one way, you're not in a slump the other way. So
half of you is happy going home, right?
Yeah.
Got him.
Well, he saved the changeup for a little surprise. That changeup is really a good one. And remember, that was a pitch that he didn't learn till 2 years ago. I mean, he's a 12-year veteran.
Pretty good example you can learn at any age.
Yeah, you really have to up here because you're playing against the same guys your whole career for the most part.
Here's Hill, Derek Hill. Punts this one foul. He should be pretty happy that that went foul. He had high exit velocity on that bunt. That's not good.
No. You got good wood. You don't want to get good wood on a bunt. Ideally, you want to bunt the ball like halfway between the sweet spot of the bat and the tip of the bat. Just deaden it.
Montgomery with 1 steal on the year. Talked about the White Sox and what their record is, a game over 500. This is the start of a road trip for them. Just off the plate. They will head to Minnesota after the game, and they're going to have a 4-game series.
And the game tomorrow for them in Minnesota is 1 o'clock. So they're not going to get a whole lot of sleep tonight.
Actually, Mike.
Are they going back to Chicago?
They're going home. And then they go to Minnesota next week.
Still, that's even worse. Chicago's farther away than Minnesota.
There's William. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tapped foul. Derek Hill, the former Giant. 3 games about 3 years ago. Shoots this one to right. This is a long run and diving, and it's off the glove of Barracoto. Remember, he's got a cannon. He'll get it back in, but it'll be a double.
Well, he went down hard trying to catch that ball, and he did not land on the grass. To come a long way for it. Lays out, and he's upset. He got a lot of glove on it, didn't make the play, but that'd have been a great play. Just off the top of the thumb.
Yeah, I think he hit the ground a little too soon, and it probably threw him off just a little bit.
Jarred his glove.
Infield is in for Tristan Peters. He likes to bunt, and he shows bunt, and it's down low. Peters has tried a number of times in this series to bunt.
Oh, I'm thinking he's bunting every pitch now.
He's on a perfect bunt. Schmidt is going to make a terrific play, and it doesn't work.
Well, it doesn't work because Colson Montgomery over at third base did not break. And the reason he didn't break was the aggressive play of Casey Schmidt. Look at how quickly he collapses, gets to the ball, and Colson Montgomery, I mean, he makes a good choice. He'd have been out.
Yeah, if Montgomery goes, you're right. But once Schmidt did all of that to check on the guy at third, then he had to really hurry.
Tristan Peters thinking, what do I have to do to get an RBI?
Yeah.
That's one of the few times that we've seen a defensive player squash a safety squeeze. And that's how you do it.
I remember those days where the good ones like JT Snow and Keith Hernandez, there were a lot of times they were 30 feet away from home plate when the bunt was laid down.
Yeah, they crashed hard.
This is Acuna. And a strike, and it's 0-2. Remember watching a highlight of Keith Hernandez. He fielded the ball almost down the third base line. Down low, 1-2.
Well, he was brilliant at first base. I mean, in my opinion, I think you share the same opinion. He should be in the Hall of Fame. But boy, he was the captain of the infield, and it was an incredible infield they had in St. Louis.
Hit on the ground. Chapman is going to set and throw, and they got him. And Robbie Ray gets out of the second and third with one out.
Shutdown inning.
Annual Pride Night is highlighted by post-game fireworks. You can enjoy Pride Night fireworks. It's presented by Gilead following the Friday, June 12th game. It'll be a game against the Cubs. Learn more and get your tickets at sfgiants.com/pride. Here's Jesus Rodriguez here in the bottom of the second. Rodriguez had a hit the other night. In his start, he was 1 for 3, and that's what he is in this series. There's a strike. Rodriguez takes his timeout. Giants with a 2-1 lead. Both teams scoring in that first inning. Tap foul. So he reached out for that one, and it stays at 1-2. Tight, you know, Mike, we were talking about the Red Sox, the fact that they're going home. I thought I heard one of their announcers say they had a day game tomorrow.
1 o'clock.
Foul. So how about that?
1 o'clock at Comiskey Park. Yeah, they're not happy about it. But, you know, when you're in the middle of the country in Chicago, you don't have any really long flights. So for us who are on the coast, and 6-hour flights are the norm, we don't want to hear about it.
Got him. Rodriguez knew it. Well, who's in the house today? And he was just introduced, Brock Purdy. Showed him on the scoreboard, letting everybody know. He's got his Giants hat on, and he's here pulling for him.
Oh, yeah, one of our favorites. And he comes to a lot of games. He and his wife enjoy the ballpark.
His overall record's not too shabby.
30-15 regular season. He's just fun to watch.
Bader with 5 home runs, 13 driven in. He does look like the boy next door, doesn't he?
He does. He looks like a guy that you can approach and engage in a conversation very easily. Looks like a good guy.
I saw on Instagram a picture of he and his wife on a John Deere tractor, and I thought, oh my gosh, living the dream in the Midwest.
Well, he went to Iowa State.
Yeah, I think his wife, I think their family has a farm in the Midwest. 2-2. Vericato on deck. The 2-2 is a high pop-up on the right side. Are the White Sox doing that just to mess with us? Or it might just look like he was having trouble with that?
Well, I think anything hit in the air today is going to be a thrill. We had an 11-mile-an-hour wind at the start of this game, and it's picked up. And the sun is bright, and nothing easy about pop-ups and fly balls today.
Here's Victor Barracoto. And he takes low. He had one at bat as a pinch hitter the other night. He's 0 for 1. So we're about to see, hopefully today, his first big league hit, maybe 2. This is going to be popped out of play.
Well, Barracoto really had a great spring training. Hit over 400, 3 homers and 14 RBIs. I mean, he just really opened up some eyes. And then he goes to Sacramento and he hits close to 300, 30 RBIs. He was just lighting it up. A lot of power right field.
Well, it's a perfect example of how you can go into camp. They don't even know how to pronounce your name. And when you leave camp, they know how to pronounce your name. And they've been impressed with everything you've done. And that's exactly what he did.
24 years of age, but 7 years in the minor leagues, and he signed at a young age.
Stays alive. So those are the numbers when you look at the splits, and they're close.
Barracoto from Venezuela, 6'1", 210-pound, put together, strong.
2-2. Should he reach, it would be Adames, who's now in the on-deck circle. Three and 2.
Good take. His lifetime career in the minor leagues, he had 278. But the last couple years, he has really cranked it up.
A little pop-up down the right field line, and it's going to hit that dirt and bounce up against that screen. Vargas tried to get to it, but he couldn't. Play again.
It's like he's getting more relaxed with every pitch he sees in this at bat. And this has been a good sequence. He's going into pitch number 9. Four-seamer, cutter, cutter, four-seamer, change-up, four-seamer, sinker.
And out in front of this little pop-up, and it's going to be Vargas who catches it in front of Maidra to end the inning. All right, we've played 2. It remains 2-1 Giants.
This telecast is brought to you by Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Does it even count as spring if you don't go to the boardwalk? Buy online and save now at beachboardwalk.com.
Giants with a 2-1 lead. Hey, easy, easy. What do they call those chairs?
Adirondack.
Adirondack, that's exactly right. Here's Maidra, who's got the home run.
Did you used to swing Adirondack bats?
Yeah, I mean, I had the option, but I was a Louisville Slugger guy. Pitch is a little bit wide to even the count. 2 models back then, now probably 40. I mean, even some you can do in your garage. On the ground to third, right there is Chapman. And Chapman will throw him out. Well, take the Giants on the go this season and stream the games on the NBC Sports app. It's brought to you by Toyota. Here's Murakami. Murakami struck out. Struck out after the home run. this has popped up, so we'll have some adventure from the Giants. And it's going to be Adames who accepts the challenge, and he puts it away.
Well, he had the angle, which explain why the angle is important.
Well, yeah, you're not going straight back. You don't have to catch it over your shoulder, and you're right. It's even easier play than coming in from the outfield if you're racing in as hard as you can. So 2 outs, and here's Vargas. Vargas popped out to Bader in the second. Play.
Man, he lets it go. I used to love it when Brian Sabian talked about bat head strength. And, you know, light grip and bat speed at bat head, it just seems heavier when it comes through the strike zone. And Vargas is that type of bat strength.
And it's hot. 2 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, he's not afraid to swing it. Giants saw another Vargas in Arizona, and that Vargas not afraid to swing it. So bottom line is for 6 days in a row we've seen a Vargas, and we're tired of him.
Well, are you Vargas'd out?
Well, can't be. They're coming tomorrow. So there's a walk to a Vargas.
Pretty good take right there.
I mean, think about that. 9 games in a row with a Vargas. That's probably going to hit either second, third, or fourth. Grichuk. That could be a Vargas.
It could be.
Grichuk takes high. He rolled out to third to end the first. That's a strike. That evens the count. High for Robbie Ray. Check out the pitches. It's 57.
It's not unusual to hit a high pitch count early in the game. I mean, he throws a lot of pitches.
It's not unusual to see him throw 20 an inning. 3-1.
Well, Robbie Ray thought he had a strike, but hey, the umpire can look at you right now and say, hey, we'll challenge it.
Right. So 2 outs and then back-to-back walks, bringing Montgomery to the plate, who walked. Now a message from Clark Pest Control.
Pest Control, the perfect match. Give me something I know will last. Clark Pest Control, the perfect match.
Just a message out to Giants pitching coach. How'd you like the demeanor of a pitching coach? Do you like him calm? You want him to yell at you?
No, no. I liked the guy who came out to me and had a plan to try and get me back to where I needed to be.
Yeah.
That's what I needed to hear. Suggestion.
And I'm assuming that You had both in your career, ones that did and didn't.
I did.
Here's Montgomery. Runner goes. And a bouncing ball, and it'll be Schmidt. And he'll go to the bag, and that'll end the inning. Justin Message. Wow.
Well, the 2026 All-Star Teacher Award presented by Provident Credit Union happening right now. Go to NBCSportsBayArea.com/AST and check out Suzanne Say Lee as well as all the other finalists and vote. They need your vote.
Top of the order for the Giants. Here's Adames. Willie Adames skies one to left. Coming in is Grichuk. And on one pitch, Adames is retired.
All right, time now for our Coors Light Cold Hard Facts. National League batting average leaders this much. Otto Lopez with Miami, 360. Luis Arraez at 351. Brandon Marsh at 342. Troy Johnston at 339. These guys are having great months.
Yes, they are. Arraez a sacrifice bunt in that first inning. And he looks at a strike. It's a 94-mile-an-hour sinker.
Well, it gave Arraez nowhere to go, and for all you kids out there, I mean, this is how you protect yourself. You turn your front shoulder in so you are not exposing your chest or your face, and he takes it right that, well, really a good spot to get hit.
Yeah, you make sure you put your batting gloves in that spot. It helps.
And if you can, stuff your pine tar rag in there too.
Here's Schmidt. Schmidt almost gets the back foot. Schmidt a double in the first. Here he takes a strike. Schmidt hits a high drive. Left field. Grichuk back. Out of here. Man, oh man, is he swinging it. Plus, I think he was a little hacked off at that first pitch.
I think he was hacked off that his partner got drilled before he stepped in that batter's box. I don't know if it makes Arraez feel any better, but I would assume that it does. But you're right, Casey Schmidt is swinging it.
Here's Devers. Devers didn't take anything back on that either.
Take a look. He tries to go inside and just does not quite plant it. Leaves it in the strike zone just above the thigh, and you cannot do that to Mr. Schmidt.
Devers has hit the longest ball in this game, but it was only a double. And it's low and away. On and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Devers chops it foul. He's got 11 home runs. He's got 3 RBIs in this game. He scored twice. Devers, little chopper, first base side. He's going hard. And Schultz just beat him to the bag.
All right, time now for our Engineered to Win, presented by Range Rover Sport. Most home runs in the majors since May 4th. Will Schwarber with 9, Casey Schmidt with 7, tied with Juan Soto. Bryce Harper and Byron Buxton right behind him with 6th. That's how hot Casey Schmidt has been.
Here's Chapman. Chapman popped out. Fouls this one back. Chapman popped out to the second baseman, Meidroth, in the first inning. Which is high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Back, good swing, 1 and 2. Shot into left field, a base hit. It'd be a good thing if it all started to come together for Matt Chapman. Ball was hit hard.
Well, he squares this one up and he gets a good location to do something with. And the man is right on the button and it left with a loud noise. 109 off the bat.
Susak takes a strike. Susak got caught looking. And it's the only strikeout in this game for Noah Schultz. Out of play, another again, 2. Rodriguez on deck. We are in the 3rd. And a shot on 1 hop. And that'll end the inning. Schmidt's home run is 11th, and it leaves the park. It's bye-bye, baby. John Miller will be in. I'll see you back here in the 7th. Giants lead 4-1.
Well, score big with a soccer jersey from the Giants on Saturday, June 13th. First 20,000 fans will receive a soccer jersey presented by StubHub as the Giants celebrate Fiesta Gigantes. Also, you can enjoy Latin music and culture throughout the ballpark thanks to Topo Chico Hard Seltzer and Bank of America. Learn more and get tickets at sfgiants.com/fiesta. It is 4-1 Giants. We're on the top of the 4th inning, and here to tell you all about it, my pal John Miller.
All right, Mike, and for the Giants, some more noise from the bats, and especially from Casey Schmidt. Now here's a curve off the outside by Robbie Ray. Now that's one of the few times that he has not thrown a first pitch strike. That has not been such an issue. What has been an issue is once he's ahead of the hitters, especially when he's had 2 strikes, is what happens next. There's a slider low, 2-0. But he's had to throw a lot of pitches. He's now at 62 pitches already. And we're just starting the 4th inning. Edgar Caro switch hitting catcher, struck out his first time. Foul tip. That got a piece of Daniel Susac. Ouch. Plate umpire Chris Guccione give him a little time to shake this off.
It hit him on the fingertip. You see all that padding around the catcher's glove, but if you catch it high in the catcher's glove towards the fingertip, it will light you up.
And of course, we know you, Mike, as a longtime major league pitcher, but used to be a catcher.
I was, and I don't I don't miss it, especially when you get hit in the fingertips or the thumb.
Just off the outside.
I mean, it's a position where you come to the ballpark every day. You're going to have something that hurts you during the course of a game. There'll be a foul ball that hits you or a ball that you don't catch right. I mean, it's just this goes with the position.
And it's a leadoff walk. Well, he has walked 3 of the last 4 hitters and has issued 4 walks for the game now in 3+ innings. White Sox have only 2 hits, including a leadoff home run by Chase Mydroth to start the game.
I mean, this has really been the last 3 starts now for Robbie Ray, where he has not had great command. He's always had a little bit of wildness, which could be an effective wildness, but he's been able to get through it.
Foul ball by Derek Hill, who hit a double his last time. Almost turned into a great catch by Victor Barakoto after a long run toward the right field corner, but not quite. Yeah, Ray, today, and this was sort of the one that's the outlier, where he just started out of the zone to Caro. He's been getting ahead of a lot of hitters, most hitters, but having a real hard time putting them away. Going to deep counts almost invariably.
Well, and big misses too, easy takes, and that's something that he does not want to consistently be doing, and that's kind of what has happened here. Because the problem with big misses is as well as being easy takes is they don't set anything up.
1-2, good changeup there.
And the changeup really has been what has saved him today.
And that was the pitch that he had tinkered with before spring training last year and became a new look for him, and he had a lot of success with it. Tarek Skubal, a 2-time Cy Young Award winner from Detroit, kind of at Ray's request taught him the pitch before last season. And that's way outside. Another changeup.
Yeah, he taught him how to throw a changeup on a Zoom call.
But then Skubal told the rest of the story. Dave Fleming talked to both of them when the Giants were in Detroit last year. He said, well, it wasn't just him asking me. I wanted to know about his slider because I think that's been a great pitch, and I wanted to see how he threw it. So it was a quid pro quo, according to Skubal.
And it is a tight fraternity. Generally speaking, you'll talk with other pitchers, and they'll tip you off about how to throw a pitch or how to pitch to a guy you're having trouble with. You don't ask guys within your division because they may tell you something that isn't true.
3-2, and it's a walk, and he's walked 2 in a row to start the inning. And this is in the bottom end of the batting order. Caro, whom he walked to start the inning, was hitting 162 at game time. Hill was hitting 241. So now Tristan Peters, and what do you think? They like to bunt anyway. He's one of the 3 lefties, and maybe he might bunt here.
Well, he's a really good bunter. He can push bunt. He can drag bunt. A lot of pressure on corner infielders here.
And the corner infielders are both playing shallow. He does drag a bunt up the first base side, and Schmidt to Arise covering, and that worked sort of like a textbook sacrifice bunt play there by Peters to move the runners over to third and second.
And the only thing about that play is that you've had a guy who just walked 2 guys. And Peters is a guy who is not, he's really a great bunter. I mean, he has no apprehension bunting with a 1 strike count. I mean, you'd never bunt in a 2 strike count for the most part, but it wouldn't have been a bad thing there to take a strike, just to see if this guy who's having some wildness would help you out and give you a free base without having to give up an out.
Now Luis Angel Acuna, the infield up the middle, is back in normal depth with the Giants leading by 3.
Yeah, they'll give up a run to get an out.
Ray trying to put it all back together here after a couple of walks to start the inning. 1 out. 4-1 Giants. Right center field, Barricotto into a slide. Both runners tag up. The relay over to third. And I don't know if that hit the runner or not. A run scores. Caro scores, and Hill goes to third, and it's 4-2 Giants.
Well, Barricotto's got a fantastic arm. The relay from Adames, really, you thought you had a chance to get him, and I think it did hit. Yeah, it hit the runner. Chapman never got a glove on it, and the Giants catch a break there, and then the ball hit the runner, and the ball didn't skim away, allowing him to score.
Oh, right, kind of right in the back. Well, that is a little bit of a break, as you say. Once you hit a runner like that, who knows where the ball is going to go. So 2 down, a run in, and Meidroth, who's homered and grounded out, the leadoff man at the plate. Strike 2 call. Curveball. In the dirt. Changeup pulled out by Daniel Susac. Well, you walk 2 guys to start the inning. He's trying to limit the damage here. Sacrifice bunt moved him over, and a sacrifice fly got 1 home. The big home run that RBI man is on deck, Murakami. And he stays alive. 1-2. Cubs lost again today on the out-of-town scoreboard. How about that? The Cubs have lost 8 in a row.
He got swept by Houston in Wrigley Field.
8-5 the score today. And those 2 teams were just at opposite ends of the spectrum. Horrible start to the year for Houston. Great start for the Cubs. And the Astros extended the Cubs' misery today. The 8th straight loss for the Cubs. 1-2. Well, they thought they had him, but no challenge. It would have been close if they challenged it. You can see right here, but I don't think it was touching.
I don't think it was touching either. I mean, that's ridiculously close. You could not squeeze a guitar pick in there.
So what's that? 1/100th of an inch off the corner. 2-2. And here we go again. 3-2. Meidroth fell behind in the first inning, got it to 3-2, had fouled off 3 straight pitches at one point, and then he hit a home run. So here we go again. 3-2 the count. Runner at third, 2 down. He struck him out with the curveball. 1 run, no hits. 4-2 Giants.
Welcome back to the broadcast booth presented by Lazy Boy. We are in the bottom of the 4th inning, and it is a 4-2 Giants lead. And it gives me pride to introduce my pal and our Hall of Famer, John Miller.
Dave Fleming on assignment this week. I saw Dave on the NBC Peacock Network doing the early Sunday game, part of the package on Sundays this year for NBC. And the first pitch of the game in Toronto, home run. The Pirates, Spencer Horwitz, former Blue Jay, hit a home run against Dylan Cease.
And you have your Magic Wand-Do hat on.
And you got to have it. We had some pretty good success the last time I broke it out. And there's a Magic Wand-Do hit for Jesus Rodriguez.
See, I'm giving you full credit. You wear the Magic Wandu hat, and look at that.
That's you and Dwayne Kuiper. When guys get hits like that or broken bat flares, whatever, you say, well, he broke out the Magic Wandu. And I was making a case that, you know, there's a number that the stats guys use called the batting average on balls in play, BABIP. There goes the runner. The throw to second. He's out.
Boy, and he had a great jump too. What a throw from the catcher for the White Sox, Edgar Caro. I mean, this is right on the dot, and a nice one-hop stop there from Mydroth. And I didn't think they were going to get that out. It kind of killed our Magic Wandu conversation.
Magic Wandu giveth, and apparently it taketh away. Swing, and the ball is hooked on the ground to short, and Acuna, and that's all for Bader, who's 0 for 2 now. So 2 down. But I was making a case that the stats people, instead of talking about BABIP, I wanted you to call it the Magic Wandu number. You know, his Magic Wandu numbers are good. He's not gonna stay hot, or vice versa. They're bad, and he's gonna get hot now based on that.
And he doesn't have to have good contact to get base hits.
So here's Barry Cotto, and there's a ball too low. Anyway, a fan made us all these hats, the Magic Wandu hats, and he made a little toy bat into the Magic Wandu hat, and on the bat it says, Magic Wandu, it's better than BABIP. Deep third, and the long throw in time from Montgomery to get Barry Cotto. The Giants down in order, and Robbie Ray is going to have to get right back out there.
All right, time now for our powerful performance, brought to you by Xfinity. 26 years ago today, Sean Estes hit a grand slam, and he pitched a shutout. He beat the Expos 18-0. It was the 8th time in Major League history, and the first time in over 30 years that a pitcher hit a grand slam in a game and also pitched a shutout. Note, Estes came up to bat with the bases loaded again later in the game and got an RBI single.
He did, and he likes to point it out. He almost hit another home run in that game.
He did.
Robbie Ray with the big hitters coming up. Murakami tied for the American League lead in home runs with 17. Then Miguel Vargas, who's hit 11 homers, and then Randall Grichuk, the veteran right-handed hitter who's always been a guy with lots of power. That is in for a strike. 1-1. Murakami has struck out and popped up to short.
It is Star Wars Day today here at the ballpark.
How could you tell? 1-1 the count. Blew it by him.
Well, I think that's a good question. You just know sometimes.
You had them all out here today. You had the Stormtroopers, Chewbacca, and that was the giveaway. The Grogu bobblehead. Now it's 2-2. And I saw that movie, the new movie, The Mandalorian and Grogu. And then I told my wife that I had seen one of these bobbleheads. She said, "Oh, can you get me one?" Well, I don't know. I think it's going to be a pretty hot item. I'll try. But it looks just like Grogu. 2-2 the count. And a full count. A lot of full counts today. There it is. And even the baseball moves.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to be a Grogu fan.
3-2 the count. And another walk. Second inning in a row, a leadoff walk. Now the question is, I mean, he's not going to be able to go deep in this game. The question is, how deep is he going to be able to go in this 5th inning?
Well, that's the 6th walk, and that's the 3rd time he's walked the leadoff hitter. Leadoff hitter he walked it last inning. He scored.
Now Vargas, who has walked and hit a fly ball. Ball 1. Curveball. The Giants getting the bullpen busy, as you saw.
Matt Gage, the lefty. Keaton Wynn, the right-hander.
2-0. Now, also keep in mind, he had a 21-pitch fourth inning, always in the stretch after a leadoff walk. And then the Giants were up for 5 pitches, and then he's right back to the mound again. He got the call on that one.
Well, the problem with the walk, and he's not trying to do anything but make a quality pitch, but you can't start pitching for corners when you're having a 6-walk outing. You're just trying to throw it across the plate for a strike, and that can put you in harm's way because you're biting off big chunks of the strike zone, especially in this part of the lineup.
3-1.
It's no fun. I mean, every pitch he's throwing, he's making a correction before he throws his next pitch to try and solve the problem. And really, the best pitch that he's had to get in the strike zone when he's needed to all day long has been that changeup. But the fastball has really, really failed him.
Miguel Vargas, who's hit 11 home runs already this year, with a 3-1 count and another walk. 7 walks in 4+ innings.
That's a career high.
And that would be a lot of walks if he pitched a complete game. He's pitched 4 innings plus. And they're stalling for time now. Chapman and Susac. And here comes Tony Vitello. We've got Grichuk, dangerous right-handed hitter, coming up. We've got the right-hander and the left-hander in the bullpen.
He's taking as much time as he can to try and give Keaton Wynn a few more throws. So, Chris Guccione, the crew chief and plate umpire today, he knows the deal. He knows exactly what Vitello's doing. And you know what? He's letting him do it. Finally, he makes the call.
Time for a change. Switch to Comcast Business for all-in connection and protection your small business can rely on.
Well, true baseball fans need Wi-Fi that's so reliable it never gets caught looking. Xfinity Internet keeps you in the game at one price for 5 years. It allows you to get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity, imagine that.
Now, with the right-hander in, the right-handed hitting Randall Grichuk has been lifted with Keaton Wynn coming in, and it's going to be Sam Antonacci, the lefty. As you see the numbers for Keaton Wynn, and Mike, you wonder, the way Will Venable has been playing it, if Antonacci might lay down a bunt here.
Well, down 2. I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised because Grichuk can handle a bunt. I mean, if you're going to bunt, you would just bunt him.
You don't have to burn your right-handed hitter if he's just going to lay down a bunt. Montgomery, the power left-handed hitter, is on deck. Well, now Wynn is behind. 2-0. Splitter missing.
Well, he has to challenge now.
Two men on, nobody out. 4-2. The Giants are leading. And that's a strike. 2-1.
And he did it with a split finger fastball.
Antonacci, 375 on base average. And if you pitch inside, he's liable to get himself hit. 3-1. Just a bit under the strike zone that time.
You don't want to ever walk somebody over to third base with less than 2 outs.
Did he swing? No. Louis Krupa rules in favor of Antonacci, and it's the 3rd walk in a row.
All right, did he go? He's right out there in the 50-50 zone. If he would have been called on a swing, then nobody would have argued. It's one of those you really can't be wrong as an umpire. Half the time it's a swing, half the time it's not a swing.
So 3 consecutive walks, and the second top home run hitter is up. Montgomery, 13 home runs for the White Sox as he fouls one out of play. So the Giants, playing with fire, have issued 8 walks. The White Sox only have 2 hits. But they have been a team that has drawn a lot of walks all year long, not just today. Out of play. Fastball, and it's 0-2. They've been getting a lot of walks, however, not to this extreme. Giants will give up a run to get a double play ball here. Montgomery has walked and grounded out in this game. Foul ball off to the right, still 0-2.
He can go below the strike zone with that split. Pressure really is on Susac, because if you opt that way, you want to try and bounce it between home plate and the catcher, or you can go above the letters with a fastball, a high fastball.
That's a double play ball, and bobbled. They'll only get the 1 out. Murakami scores, and the other runners advance. Vargas to third, Antonacci to second.
And I think this is the first time all year that we've seen a bobble from Luis Ariz and a ball that hits his glove. He does manage to get the 1 out, but they would have proudly given up 1 run to get a double play. But now that with runners in second, third, and 1 out, they have to bring the infield in.
The ball was hit extremely hard. It was hit at 106 miles an hour. Caro, a flip into left field, and the catch. No, he dropped it. Could not hold it. And the tying run scores. Vargas in to score. And even if he'd caught it, he probably would have scored.
This is the second time we've seen this happen to Jesus Rodriguez. The other time was in right field. Coming in on a ball, and he hits a big part of his glove and can't make the play. And he got there in plenty of time, and that was, you know, a little bit right around belt high as he's diving in on the ball. Now, that's a tough play, don't get me wrong, but he'll tell you he should have had it. And we have a brand new ball game.
And another pinch hitter will come up for the White Sox, Jared Kelenic, as the Giants have a conference on the mound. So the White Sox, those 2 walks, both have become runs. Still only 1 out, and a 4-4 game. Runners at first and second. Antonacci at second. Caro at first. Kelenic, the pinch hitter for Hill. 1-1.
The batter's challenging the call of strike.
Well, so far 0-1. Let's see. And he's going to get it overturned. It was too low.
1. Chicago has 2 remaining challenges.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Foul ball. 1-1 the count. So the Giants into their bullpen early. Still only 1 out in the 5th inning. A lot of game left here that will have to be carried by the bullpen. 2 men on, 1 man out. Rodriguez going back. Now he squares. Out number 2.
Tell you, that fly ball out to Rodriguez in left field was not an easy play because of the sun. That's the side of the field that's suffering from exposure to the sun right now, more so than center or right side.
Peters has bunted into an out and has had a sacrifice bunt. And the count is 0-1 on a splitter. By the way, looking at the flags out in right center field, the wind had been blowing in across from right toward left. Now it looks like the wind is blowing straight out toward McCovey Cove. And Susak is going to challenge that.
Catcher is challenging the call of ball.
And he's going to win.
I like your optimism. Good call, partner. Atta babe. It takes a 1-1 count, turns it into an 0-2. It's a big deal when you can give a pitcher a chance to go out of the strike zone to get a hitter out, and he has to protect.
0-2. Two down, two in. White Sox have only had 3 hits in the game, and one of them was the bloop that looked like it was going to be a catch by Rodriguez off the bat of Caro in this inning. Back out of play. 97-mile-an-hour fastball there. Acuna, Luis Angel Acuna is on deck. Giants will have the top of their batting order up in the last of the 5th inning. And Wynn just got him at first. Had to throw his best fastball over to Schmidt to get the out. 4-4 now.
Hello Kitty visits Oracle Park on Sunday, June 14th. First 25,000 fans will receive a Hello Kitty plush keychain presented by Ava Air, as the Giants will then host the Chicago Cubs. Receive one of 3 versions of the keychain upon entry to the ballpark: Hello Kitty and Giants home cream, orange, or a pink jersey. Go to sfgiants.com/Hello Kitty.
Hello, Kitty.
That's right. Gunsmoke, what a great show. Okay.
Gunsmoke. No, that's Kipe says that. I never watched Gunsmoke.
What do you mean you didn't watch Gunsmoke?
Never.
Well,
Never.
Come on.
Didn't watch it, didn't like it. Although I kind of like Miss Kitty.
Yeah, well, Matt Dillon, come on.
So now Noah Schultz back to work in a 4-4 tie. And called strike 1 to Willie Adames. Adames has walked and scored a run, and he's flied out to left. Luis Ariz on deck. Back to the screen quickly. 0-2.
Schultz coming right at him. Great day for a hat with all the sunshine we have. Beautiful day for baseball. And it's a brand new ball game. 4-4.
Casey Schmidt coming up 3rd in the inning, and he's knocked in 3 of the Giants' 4 runs today with an RBI double and a 2-run homer. Dak in left, over the head of the new left fielder Antonacci. A double for Willie Adames.
Boy, and he topspinned it. He hit it hard enough to go halfway up the bleachers, but the topspin kept it in the yard. I mean, he nuts this thing, and it's a 2-strike swing of the bat, and it got out to the fence in a hurry. Backspin, it hits way up in the bleachers.
#15 double of the year for Willie Adames. And now here is Luis Ariz, who's had a sacrifice bunt and got hit by a pitch and scored a run. Look out.
Well, he already got him once today.
Got him in the right cheek as he sort of in the seat of the pants as he was spinning away from it. Look out. He got him again.
That one got his attention. That hurt. I think he got him up there right close to the kidney. I think it was above the belt. It was close.
that's going to be it for Schultz. Will Venable comes out of the White Sox dugout.
Yeah, that's a painful spot. Ouch.
White Sox go to their bullpen. Time for a change. Switch to Comcast Business for all-in connection and protection your small business can rely on. It's a 4-4 game. The White Sox go to their bullpen, and Luis Arraez getting hit by a pitch for the second time in a row. He's still in there, and this one was a little bit different than the last one. It's got him in a well padded area, which I'm sure was very painful nonetheless, but this one was a little up higher than that one. You see Taylor, this guy is a monster. 38 strikeouts in 25 and a third innings. Two men on, nobody out.
Big fastball.
Starts him with the curve. Wow, he got the call, and Schmidt said, "Whoa, wait a minute, wait a minute."
Well, this is where you're vulnerable. That high
challenge in the
curveball
call
can scratch the top of this ABS strike zone.
Yeah, but I don't think so this time.
Call's overturned, ball one.
How many have we seen though, just like that do come back and touch the top of the zone?
Well, to the point where I don't trust him. Taylor you'll see a fastball that averages 98 to 101 miles an hour. It's a big one.
Well, he tried to throw him a breaking ball again and again missed badly with it. 2-0. Schmidt has hit a double past first, knocking in a run, and he's hit a 2-run homer out toward left center. He's knocked in 3 of the Giants' 4 runs. You got more RBI opportunities out there now. And that was again the breaking ball. And it's 2-1.
Well, he's showing them all 3 breaking balls: the cutter, curveball, slider. You think a guy who throws 101 miles per hour would throw more fastballs? He does throw fastballs 60% of the time.
2-1. And a foul. Man, that breaking ball just kind of sat out there over the heart of the plate.
That was a hanger. So he's kind of pitching it backwards. He's got the breaking balls to get a 2-2 count, and he still hasn't shown him the fastball.
Devers is on deck. High fastball. Right back to the screen.
And right now, Casey Schmidt has been on. I mean, his fastball hitting this year has been unbelievable. Even 97 above the letters on his chest, he's covered it.
2-2. Foul. Went back to the curveball with which he started this sequence to Schmidt. 83 miles an hour.
Ball babe, Ingrid Baxter down the third base line, get a little work today. Next pitch will be number 7 in this sweep sequence.
Adames at second, Arraez at first. And back to the hard stuff, fouled away.
Just great balance in his swings this whole year. We've been saying it.
4-4. Last of the 5th. The wind has shifted again, and a hard wind in from right across toward left, according to the flags out in right center. And he laid off, and David Rackley, first base umpire, agrees with that assessment. Now it's a full count. You see the flags out there. Three and 2. And he missed with it. And no challenge. Ball 4. He curved him. A guy with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball curved him.
That's a great at bat. Take a look at Luis Arraez today. He gets one early off the left cheek or right cheek and here. That was the cheek, and then he goes above the belt with the second one in the 5th. And this is the one that really stung him. He got down to first base and he was in pain.
A time asked for there by the catcher. Was he about to have a clock violation? Maybe. On 1 the count, middle infield, no pitches yet, and a high drive into deep left field. Way back there. Adios, Pelota! A grand slam for Rafael Devers. On Star Wars Day, Rafael Devers was feeling the force. Opposite field, he had crushed one, took on Triple's alley. That would have been a home run in every other ballpark, according to StatCast, except here. Now he goes one to left, and that is well out of this yard.
Well, he had a lightsaber going out the wall left field. My goodness. You talk about lighting the ballpark up.
Second day in a row, a Giant has hit a grand slam. And they are. That's Dave Grester checking in with Luis Ariz to see if how he's feeling.
Well, outside of being a little ticked off, he's okay. Easy for me to say.
Well, he's a little ticked off, and about 40,000 other people that we know a little ticked off in this place.
Well, you know what? Again, Rafael Devers was thinking about that in the batter's box, because he and Ariz are good buddies.
Now Chapman is going to challenge that call.
Strike.
But I don't think he's going to get it.
Call's overturned. San Francisco has 1 remaining challenge.
Partner, you're tough. You got this ABS down.
That's one of those where most of the ball is out of the strike zone, but just a little touch is in. I think that pitch usually in the past was almost always called a ball. And they had the 2-strike kind of a swing there, and is thrown out by Mydrov.
Take a look at the swing from Devers. Now, the scouting report on Devers all year has been throw fastballs. And you have a guy out there with a very big fastball, and Devers just says, I'm not impressed. And what was significant about the swing of the bat, it went the opposite way. And that is a big boy home run. That's the time of swing of the bat. That'll change the scout report, that swing right there.
Pitching change for the White Sox, with Susac coming up with 1 out, 4 runs in, 8-4 Giants. Will be back. 27-year-old right-hander Tyler Davis in to pitch. The Giants out front 8-4 here. White Sox left Grant Taylor, who's been one of their high leverage late inning relievers, but Will Venable brought him in the 5th inning, figuring, man, this game needed saving right then. But it didn't work out that way. He walked the guy, and then Rafael Devers hit a grand slam.
So now he gives the ball to Tyler Davis for Davis's 12th appearance on the year, having a good season with a 2.77 ERA. Another guy with a big fastball.
And he starts with the breaking ball.
His fastball center anywhere between 96 and 98 miles per hour, but you saw his slider, and that's his primary weapon. It is a straight down biter, effective to righties and lefties.
And he can be wild. He has walked 8
The catcher
in
challenging
13
the call
innings. And now his catcher, Caro, is going to challenge that call. No?
Call's confirmed. Chicago's got 1 remaining challenge.
So they lose one of their 2 challenges. As long as you're right, as long as you win the challenge, you keep your challenges. And that kind of hung up there, and he was out in front of it, foul.
All right, work for Ingrid, that a bit. Gamer Babe. Down the first base side today, we have Mark Almer.
High and foul, and that will reach back just behind the White Sox dugout into the crowd. 2-2 the count. Susac has grounded out twice in this game. And Drew Gilbert has come out on deck. Rodriguez due up next. Giants trying to get a lot more right-handed bats in the lineup today with the tall left-hander Noah Schultz, who has really been great against left-handed hitting this year. And he just got a piece of that one. Two and two the count. I'm into the whole Grand Slam thing.
I can't. Me too. I like them, especially opposite field Grand Slams. That's something else again.
Here is Montgomery from third.
Well, you pointed out, I mean, that the wind had shifted, and all of a sudden it was howling out to left field. And not that Rafael Devers needs a whole lot of help from Mother Nature, because he's got a lot of power to left field as a left-handed hitter, but I do think that wind helped him out.
And look at the flag. Well, the wind is, I think it's doing the same thing again right now. Luis Arias got hit by a pitch for the second time. And then two batters later, his good friend with the bases loaded, Rafael Devers, hit a home run. Now, does that kind of give you a good idea which way the wind's blowing?
Out to left.
Help. Drew Gilbert up the middle. Base hit.
Boy, he waited well for that breaking ball. Taylor elevated that slider just enough because it was the first pitch breaking ball. You want to throw a strike with it. And Drew Gilbert says, hey, you doing that to me? Right back up the middle. Nice at bat.
Giants 8th hit of the game. And Bader likes that, and you pointed it out, that Bader is pretty good on pitches that are up in the strike zone. So he's looking for pitches that are up. Although maybe that one was a little bit too far up, that first one. Check swing. Did he go? Yes. David Rackley, the first base umpire, made the call on appeal. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 8-4 Giants. Wow, what a. This is the 5th inning. Feels like we played 8 or so already in this one. Been a lot going on in this game.
It's been fun. I'm into this offense thing.
Look at it. High and tight, 95 miles an hour. Bader today has popped out to second and grounded out to short. He hit a grand slam yesterday. And that's all. The Giants get 4 runs, and Rafael Devers with the bases loaded. Deep left center. Tell it, bye-bye, baby, as Russ Hodges used to say. 8-4 Giants. Giants 8, White Sox 4, but a long way to go yet in this game as we start the 6th inning. Luis Angel Acuna, and it's a called strike on the outside from Keaton Wynn. Wynn came in with 2 men out and nobody out. An early exit for Robbie Ray, who was just the wildest he's ever been. And that little slide piece, foul tip, and it's 0-2.
Well, 7 walks is a career high for Robbie Ray, and this has been mechanics for the last 3 outings. He just hasn't had a true command that we're accustomed to seeing from him.
Struck him out with another slider. Well, it's been a festive day here. Bright, sunshiny day, big crowd, Star Wars Day. But we are very sad and sending our thoughts and prayers to a former Giant, Marvin Bernard. He was inducted into the Giants Wall of Fame many years ago, won the Willie Mack Award as a player when he was with the Giants, and received the devastating news that his wife, Mrs. Leslie Bernard, passed away in an auto accident. And Marvin had just said goodbye to her. She had taken him to the airport. He was flying from Sacramento to Florida, where he was to have been inducted into the Latino Baseball Hall of Fame there. Sort of a festive kind of a thing looking forward to as well. But when he got there, he got the devastating news of the tragedy. So we're so sorry to hear it. And we send all of our prayers and best wishes to Marvin, who was a great Giant, who was a guy that a lot of people said he'll never make it in the big leagues. Too small. He was from a country that doesn't have a whole lot of baseball history, Nicaragua. But he became an outstanding player and a regular player for the Giants. That did so well, exceeded expectations so much that ultimately he was signed to a long-term contract extension and is still in the organization now. Two and two the count to Chase Mydroth, the leadoff hitter, who has hit a home run today. Marvin was a guy, he was a little guy, but he had a lot of power.
He did. And he was scrappy. He was one of the fighting hydrants. Good player. He told Dusty Baker, first big league camp he ever got to, he says, hey, my initials are MLB. I'm going to be a big leaguer for you. And he made good on that promise. So Marvin, we're thinking about you, and we're so sorry.
Devastating news. 2 and 2 the count to Mydroth. This is Schmidt, and Wynn gets the put out. 2 down. I got here Friday before the game, and every time you see that kind of a play, you always think of, and I know you've talked about it many times, spring training, where pitchers, seems like you do it thousands of times every spring. Pitchers fielding PFPs, fielding practice for pitchers. They were doing it here before the game on Friday. And every once in a while, Tony Vitello and his staff like to bring back a few things that they worked on in spring training, just so to kind of get it fresher in the memory. This is a rise, and the slugger Murakami is retired on just the one pitch. 8-4 Giants.
Well, our upcoming schedule brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. The Giants host the D-backs tomorrow, Memorial Day, tomorrow afternoon, Tuesday night, and a Wednesday afternoon. Tomorrow it is a 2 o'clock first pitch, so make sure you put that on your calendar so you get here in time for the 2 o'clock start. The Giants then hit the road for 3 in Colorado, 4 in Milwaukee, and 3 against the Cubs at Wrigley Field.
Another really long road trip for the Giants. They just had a long one. Last of the 6th, Will Brennan pinch hitting for Barry Cotto, left center field, and Antonacci one away. Brennan, first ball swing, he hit pretty good contact on that one. Now to the top of the order for Willie Adames. He got the Giants going in the 5th inning with a double that went right over the head of the left fielder. Eight to 4, the Giants are leading, and Adames hitting leadoff. He's been on base twice, and the Giants have knocked him in both times. He walked to start off the 1st inning and scored the first run when Schmidt doubled him home. Softly hit Mydroth. Look out, he pulled him off the bag, and he couldn't hold it anyway. Vargas has normally been the 3rd baseman for the White Sox.
Well, you know what sets this whole play up? Hustle. And I can't applaud the effort enough from Willie Adames. Look, that's just a ground ball that he didn't even hit hard out of the box, and he took off as hard as he could go down the first base line, and it winds up putting pressure on Vargas, and it pays dividends for Willie Adames. That's what leaders do, and that is a play everybody in that bench saw.
Ball one now to Arise.
I mean, all the time in the world throws wide, and Vargas, I think he took his stride step a little early. I mean, he could have been on a farther on that first base side of the base, or the home plate side of first base, and giving him a better chance to pocket that pitch. I think that throw, he could have had that throw. But the point you make, I mean, look, he's a third baseman, and the dance of first base is one that he's not that comfortable with when you compare it to how comfortable he is at third base, and it cost him.
It's scored as an error to Mydroth, who made the wide throw. But I like the point that you made as well. The hustle there by Adames. And in tennis, they talk about forced errors. And I think that that's a good point. Sometimes a guy has to hurry his throw a little bit and doesn't set himself quite the way he might otherwise if he had more time because of that hustle. And Arise fouls it out of play.
I like that forced error.
And I think, and I bring it up because I feel that guys should get rewarded for that. If it's ruled a forced error, that should be reflected in your on-base percentage.
I agree. Anytime you can award hustle, I'm on board.
And that's out of play.
But really, you know what the best award for hustle is? There's some mother or father sitting in the stands talking to their son or their daughter and saying, hey, he's on base because he ran hard down to first base. That's how you play baseball. Like those two right there.
I mean, another foul out of play.
That's the reputation you want. I mean, how many times do you think parents told their children to watch Hunter Pence and say, you know what, if you're going to play baseball, play the game like Hunter Pence? Because he hustled every day that he was in the big leagues.
Rice soaring pop-up. Here's Vargas. And nope, not quite. 1-2. I remember going as a kid with my dad to Candlestick Park. I was 10 years old. And he would point things out to me. You see what the left fielder did on that throw to second? He backed it up. Keep that in mind because you're a left fielder on your team in Little League. Do that. Do what they do. That's how you play. And I still remember that all these years later.
It's a great lesson to learn.
1-2 the count to Arise is in quite a battle here with Tyler Davis, the right-hander. Left center field, Antonacci on the run. Now he says he's got it. 2 down. That's the first time that Arise has been retired that will be reflected in his batting average. He got credit for a sacrifice bunt in the first inning, and then got hit by pitches twice, so he hadn't really had an official at bat yet until now.
That's a great memory of your dad.
He would always point out, and it was if there would be something the opposite of what Adames did on that hustle, the guy didn't run hard, and he would point that out too. Especially when a guy would bobble a ball or boot one where a guy could have reached base. 1-1 the count to Casey Schmidt. And I was just like you as a kid. You go to a game, I wanted to go to the doubleheaders.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted the games, I didn't want them to end.
Doubleheaders are like gifts.
Popped up by Schmidt. And Mydroth, that's the inning. 8-4 Giants. Dwayne Kuiper will be back with Mike Krukow as we head to the 7th inning from Oracle Park.
Time now for our game summary. It's brought to you by Toyota. Through 6 full innings of the play, Giants on top by a score of 8-4. Giants jumped out with a 4-1 lead, and then some wildness from Robbie Ray created an opportunity for the White Sox. They tied it up in the 5th, and then Rafi Devers an opposite field grand slam, and the Giants lead 8-4. Top of the 7th inning here again. My pal and my partner, Dwayne Kuiper.
All right, thanks, Mickey. Here's Matt Gage, who comes in to replace Keaton Wynn, who did a great job. And he's facing Miguel Vargas, and there's a healthy rip and a swing and a miss.
Gage, big fella, 6'4", 260, 33 years of age.
Vargas, a couple of walks in this game. It's this one to left, and something behind it, and it's gone. So Vargas hits his 12th, and it's 8-5. He can hit.
Yeah.
He's going to be known in this series for missing some pop-ups, but he can hit.
And he gets a hanging breaking ball middle in. And I mean, this thing gets up the bat a little bit on him, gives you an idea how much power he's got.
Here's Antonacci. Fouls it out of play. So over on the radio side, DC gave me, it's kind of interesting. The last Giant to walk 7 batters, and we're going to say starter, in a game, Tim Lincecum, April, this had to be close to opening day, April 3rd, 2013.
That's a Dodger game, wasn't it?
It was a Dodger game. He went 5 innings, allowed 3 hits, 2 unearned runs. He walked 7, and he got the win.
Well,
and I said over there, and I'll repeat it here. Anytime we can mention Tim Lincecum's name, we're going to do it.
I agree. Hey, it happens. You get out of whack and you try your tail off.
Adames has got 1-on-1 hop.
I had a night in Houston against the Astros where I walked 9.
What?
Yeah, it was the most frustrating game because I had no control. The only thing that I could throw over the plate was a hanging slider.
Okay.
I could always throw that over the plate.
And now you're going to tell me, and you got the win.
No.
No, okay.
No, when you walk 9, you don't deserve a win.
No. This is a grass cutter to Schmidt. Well, after the home run, if you could get a couple of quick outs, you're very happy, and that's the case for Matt Gage. And here's Edgar Caro. Now, when you walked 9, were you a Cub, a Philly, or a Giant?
I was a Cub. Dave Pallone was the plate umpire, and he had kind of a floating zone.
He was very famous. Hit out to right for Gilbert. And after the home run, Matt Gage says this is going to be an easy inning, and it was. 8-5 Giants.
This telecast is brought to you by Toyota, class-leading MPG and more hybrid models than any other brand. Toyota, let's go places. And by Provident Credit Union, make life easy.
Well, the Giants with an 8-5 lead. Our play of the game presented by your California Ford dealers. 4 years ago today, Brandon Crawford walked off the Mets with a single off Edwin Diaz to give the Giants a 13-12 win. It was a wild game that featured the Mets scoring 7 runs in the 8th inning. And Jock Peterson, that was the game where Jock hit 3 home runs and racked up 8 RBIs for the Giants, but they did not win it until Crawford's single. Allstate good hands replay 2 years ago today. The Giants held on for a win. Matt Chapman making an unbelievable play at third to get Vientos for the last out of the game. Watch this. That's the tying run coming in from third, who is definitely going to score. But no, Chapman says no, and what a great play at first. And the Giants beat the Mets 8-7. It was the third straight game the Giants came back to win after being down by 4 or more runs. So there you go. All right, we got enough business done. Now I don't know who the pitcher is. Why is that important? So it's Dominguez. Dominguez is on to face Rafi Devers with the Giants on top. It'll face Devers. Devers has hit 2 very long balls in this game, 1 a double and 1 a homer and 1 a grand slam. And here he takes high. So 1 ball and no strikes. And Devers goes the other way again, and it's out of play. This is Saren Anthony Dominguez.
It's the big swing of the bat. Tie score, 4-4, bases loaded, first pitch, opposite field. Boom, instant 4-run lead.
Here's the 1-1. And he almost smokes one of the White Sox players up against that screen, but protected by the screen. And it's 1-2.
This is an interesting pitching change here with Sir Anthony Dominguez. He's the closer. He's got 10 saves for the White Sox. But coming into this inning, Will Venable figures this is where more offensive threat is, and we haven't seen Dominguez in this series yet, so he's bringing his closer in.
So 1-2 to Rafi Devers. And he gets Devers a chase. Getting a taste of the White Sox closer, one of his best pitches. And here's Chapman.
Now Dominguez, I mean, he's got a high velocity fastball. He'll go 97 to 100. But sweeper, splitter are his 2 specialty pitches. And they're both swing and miss pitches.
1 ball, no strikes to Chapman. Chapman's going to line with the left, so he's got a hit.
Boy, he really has control of his lower body now, and when you can slow your lower body down, get your foundation into a point of balance, it allows you to have freedom with your hands, and it really is starting to. It has turned his season around. Loud contact has arrived, and he's smoking the ball now.
Here's Susak looking for his first hit. Chases that breaking ball. Susak has hit 3 ground balls. Giants with 9 hits in this game. 2 have left the yard. Schmidt and Devers. In the dirt. Carroll with a block. New baseballs for home plate umpire Chris Cuccione. Waiting for Susac to get back into the box. And a quick toss to first. Chapman is back. Here's the 1-1 to Susac. A pitch to make it 1-2. Gilbert to follow, and a quick toss, and again having a dive back in. Outside.
They're going to challenge that one.
Catcher's trying to call a ball.
I'm wondering, I mean, Carroll must have thought he had a good look at it. I mean, he was really moving. And they got him.
Call's overturned, strike 3.
So a good challenge by Carroll. Here's Gilbert, who got a base hit in his last at bat. And he looks at a strike. And the pitch to Gilbert is another strike.
Well, he was sitting on something but a fastball. Remember his last at bat, first pitch breaking ball, he landed right back up the middle for a base hit. Guys will do that. I mean, they're good fastball hitters, and teams start breaking ball them to death. All of a sudden, you change it by looking for just nothing but breaking balls. Sit soft. Let the hard stuff go.
Gilbert does not go around. It's 2-2.
And Gilbert had his batting average drop below 200. And since he started to look for soft stuff, I mean, he's brought it back up to 227.
Gilbert goes the other way, and this is rolled to Montgomery. And that will do it. So, no runs, a hit. One left, 8th inning coming up.
Well, tomorrow's Memorial Day, and the Giants welcome the Arizona Diamondbacks to start a 3-game series. And you can enjoy a Memorial Day matinee with a 2 p.m. first pitch tomorrow. The series continues on Tuesday evening, followed by a Wednesday afternoon game. Get your D-backs tickets. Go to sfgiants.com/tickets.
Here's Miller to Kelnick, and it's outside for a ball.
Take a look at the numbers for Eric Miller. 16th appearance on the year. 20 strikeouts at 13 1/3.
Kelnick rolls this one to the backstop. Giants on top, 8-5. And the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Well, you know, you throw a breaking ball that breaks a guy down like that, you just want to throw him another one. I mean, that was a good one.
Goes the other way, and it's out of play.
And they came back with a fastball.
Yes, they did. Outside, 2-2. Good pitch. Got him. Kelnick can't believe it. They do have a challenge. Decides not to. 1 down.
Well, he bow walks him with a breaking ball by way of the front door. And that is right there. Good thing they didn't challenge. They'd have none left.
Here's Peters. He rolls this one up the middle. And Arise with a nice charge job. Throws out Peters, who runs extremely well.
You know, it was great to see Arise come in on this ball. I mean, he starts off and he really gets down low early in his approach to the ball, and this kind of reminds me of the way you used to make this play.
Well, he looked it right into his glove, which you have to do. And you field it one-handed. You cannot do that and make that play with 2 hands. It's just too hard. Here's Acuna. An 0-1 to Acuna. This pitch is wide. Acuna had a sacrifice fly in the 4th inning. Outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. On the ground to short. And Adames, not a problem making the throw on the run, and a nice inning for Miller. Well, get all your highlights, analysis, live updates, Giants Talk episodes, and more. Everything a Giants fan needs. And you're going to get it at the NBC Sports Bay Area app, and you can download it now. Imagine if these folks had that app, the conversations they would be having right now.
True.
Here it's 8-5 as Bader's going to lead things off. And wasn't paying attention. Who came to the pitch?
Brandon Izard, new pitcher for Chicago, 7th appearance on the year. Big deception, big crossover step. Really hides the ball a long time. He's not going to really impress you with velocity. He's right around 90 miles an hour, but you don't see it early. He cuts the ball, and he's going to change up his 2 best prime or specialty pitches.
This is hammered to left, and it's off the bottom of the wall, and Bader is going to head into second, and he made it. Wow, that I got out there quick.
Well, Antonacci makes a really nice play. I mean, you know, not often do visitors play the wall as well as this effort from Antonacci. It goes over his head quickly with topspin, gets in position to the bare hand, and then rifles a strike to second base. And this was close. A little creative sidestepping going into the bag from Bader to make it work, but they get the leadoff double.
So Bader ends up with a 2-bagger. And here's Will Brennan.
Watch the creative sidestep as he swings the tag attempt in.
Always worried about, that hard slide and you come off the bag a little bit. Brennan takes a strike. Brennan lined out to center field in his only at bat. He came in as a pinch hitter in the 6th. And shortens up to bunt. And on the appeal, they're going to say, no, he didn't go. It's 2-1. Brennan feeling like, well, if Montgomery's going to give it to me, I might as well take a shot at it. Vargas at first is not giving it to him. And there's the bunt, and he bunts it foul.
I always thought that was a pretty or an easier situation for left-handed bunter when you have a runner at second, third, because it's easier to push the ball down the opposite line when you're bunting. It's harder to take the ball with you. So right-handers, they have to kind of pull the ball down the third base line. It's a tougher bunt. At least for me.
Out of play. Stays at 2-2. Brennan staying alive. He's putting up a fight. It's 2-2. Hey, flips one to left, and it's going to be a flare, and it's going to be a hit. Bader can go to third, and Brennan with a hit.
Big crossover step, and I'm talking perfect location. And what's it get you? Well, you give up a knock.
Bader had to be pretty sure that was going to fall in because he was too far off to go back.
The left-handers have set up the inning for the top of the lineup.
Yep, and here's Adames. And Adames takes wide. He walked and scored at a fly to left, doubled and scored, and then reached on an error. So officially in this game, 1 for 3. Shoots this one back. It's a ball and a strike. Hey, if you're an RBI guy and you got a guy on third with less than 2 outs, then these are the ones you want to pick up. And it's low and in. 2-1 with a rise on deck.
And I think Eisert, for the most part, I mean, he works the knees. I mean, and anything down around the knees favors the natural swing of Willie Adames. He's a low ball guy.
3-1.
He's got a place to put him. And you have a left-hander on deck, although it's Luis Ariz. I don't know if you want to take him on, even though he's a lefty. Ooh.
Adames wanted that 3-1 pitch to be a strike, and he got it.
Yeah, that was the one he wanted right there, and he just missed it. So from Eisert's perspective, he's going to try and strike him out right now.
And he did. He needed that, and here's a rise.
That makes you want to take a bite out of your bat. I mean, he comes by way of the back door, and in a 2-strike count, Willie Adames, I mean, he extends to protect, and he immediately asked Guccione, the plate umpire, was that a strike? And it was not. And Guccione told him it was not.
Infield is in. And it's low and away. With a rise and the infield in, this is perfect for him.
Yeah, it is. I mean, he's the guy who's going to put the ball in play.
Out of play.
You know, this is so, he's been hit twice hard today, drilled twice hard, and And then batter's box right now, he could care less. He's not thinking about that at all. And that's what a big league hitter can do.
Well, if he gets hit again, then I got to go over and punch Lenny Casper in the radio booth.
Lenny Casper, the radio voice for the White Sox. Okay, I'm going to hold you to that.
Quick back. Brennan back easily. There's Lenny.
There's
Good
Lenny
guy.
Casper.
What a good guy.
He had a great broadcaster.
But a broken nose if Arise gets hit.
I see you got your batting gloves on.
I'm in my starting blocks. Lenny, don't make it happen. 2-2. And he got him.
Well, a fastball above the hands and a rare swing and miss and a strikeout for Luis Arise.
Yeah, I think there's a little extra emotion in this at bat.
That broke him down. Well, the conversation right now is, okay, what do you want to do? You want to walk Schmidt? He's had a great series. Devers got an opposite field grand slam. What do you want to do? You have an open base. Your choice.
So it's the third inning. He picked up his 11th home run of the year.
Well, that made it a 4-1 ball game. Giants on top. 11th. And he knew it. So if you're going to pitch to him, you just don't want to give him anything good to hit, especially the first two pitches.
And it's wide. 1-0. Do we get an appeal?
Catcher challenging to call a ball.
I guess we do. And it's 2 feet outside.
Confirmed. Chicago has no remaining challenges.
Caro's getting booed.
Yeah, it's coming from their dugout, too. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Well, that may be just a classic case of we don't want to get on the bus with 1 left.
That's true. Why not? But he's pitching the way he should with an open base and a hot hitter in the batter's box.
I mean, look, I got to be honest with you. I'd like to see Schmidt hit, but I wouldn't mind at all to watch Devers hit either. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike, or him. So 3-1.
That's exciting when the big boys are heating up, and that's what's happened here in this homestand.
Now, Schmidt is going to
The batter's
challenge.
challenging to call a strike.
Three and 2.
Confirmed. San Francisco has no remaining challenges.
So you think Chris Guccione, the plate umpire, is digging this?
I thought he put a lot of emphasis on neither teams have any challenges left.
That's umpire's revenge right there.
3 and 2. Runner goes, and Schmidt stays alive.
Again, you know, he had nothing to lose if he walks him here. And he went down below the strike zone and anticipating that Schmidt would do exactly what he did, and that's extend his strike zone to protect. Caleb Killian thinking about the 9th.
Ground ball up the middle. Acuna's got it. He throws on the run, and they got him. Pretty nice play to end the 8th inning. 8-5 Giants. 5 runs on 4 hits and an error for the White Sox. For the Giants, 8 runs on 11 hits and no errors. Caleb Killian comes in. He will try to get the last 3 outs in this game, and there are Killian's numbers.
21st appearance on the year, a 2.53 ERA, 22 strikeouts and 21 and a third.
And here's Mydroth, who takes high. Mydroth open up the game with a home run. Change the 1-0. There's a strike.
Taking the strike all the way, so he does indeed take it. Now the take sign is taken off.
Here's the 1-1. And a high pop-up foul. That'll be out of play down the right field line.
Killian's got high 90s velocity with his fastball and a straight down bite on his curveball and a hard slider. Those are his weapons.
Way outside, 2-2. More day baseball tomorrow, so check your schedule. If it says 2:05 start, then your schedule is correct. So day baseball again tomorrow, and it'll be the D-backs. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He got him.
Well, he showed him a couple fastballs to get ahead. Missed wide with a curveball and comes back and finishes him off with a slider. The first one he's seen in this sequence. And a big first out.
So here's Murakami. The Giants have done a really good job with this slugger that really has been impressive with this White Sox team this year. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. And the pitch, and there's a pitch down low. Eight 5 Giants. It's a little low. Talked about tomorrow, Merrill Kelly will pitch for the D-backs and Landon Rook for the Giants. The D-backs are coming off a big win today against the Rockies. So they are headed here and arrive tonight. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Another good slider. That slider's nasty today. Sliders are temperamental pitches, but when they show up, they're fun.
Out of play. I mentioned having good luck against Murakami. Coming into today, he was 1 for 7. So 1 for 10 coming into this at bat. Got it.
Yeah, Giants have pitched him well. Again, a breaking ball. I mean, you know you've got a good breaking ball where you can throw it up in the count and still get a swing and miss.
And maybe even throw a little bit of a hanger.
That was a lot of a hanger. Put it down as
So wait a minute. Wait, there's a difference?
Oh, yeah. Put that Murakami scout report. Cannot hit a hanging slider.
A lot of a hanger.
A lot of a hanging slider.
In tight to Vargas, who's walked twice and homered. One ball and no strikes. Pretty good pitch. Remember, there are no challenges left. saying that one would have been challenged, but it was close. Remember, the folks at home have the box. We don't. High pop up out of play. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Big day for that man, Rafi Devers. He hit the longest double of the game and then one of the 2 home runs for the Giants. Curveball for a strike, and Susak is saying, I hope nobody saw that.
Well, he's also saying, I'm sorry. Umpires prefer that you catch the ball when they call a strike. And he just boxed a hanging breaking ball.
Phone call from his brother tonight. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Caleb Killian strikes out the side. The Giants pick up a win. They take 2 out of 3 before the dreaded D-backs come into town, and this, Mike, was a nice win.
Well, really a nice comeback victory for not only today's game, but to win the last 2 after losing the first game in a really tough game. The Giants come back and win the series. And today, you know, they really came up and they showed early offense in the game, took a 4-run lead. And once it got tied 4-4, they come right back at the bottom half of the inning, take the lead 8-4, never ever look back. This is a very, very good White Sox team. The Giants, well, they got to feel pretty good about themselves going into tomorrow's game, the D-backs.
Yes, indeed they do. And let's not forget the D-backs swept the Giants about 5 days ago. 8-5 is your final. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned. Toyota Giants post-game live starts right now. Right now.
A victorious Sunday matinee in San Francisco and a gorgeous day in the Bay Area. For the second straight game, the Giants' bats stole the show. 11 hits, a grand slam, and an 8-5 win against the Chicago White Sox. The Giants get a much-needed win in the series. At the first pitch he saw, actually a fastball up in the zone, and this one left the yard. The Giants in front and up big. This was really, really good to see.
It was really good to see. He went the other way.
That's
coming
big.
into this game, or really the end of this month of May. Rafi had been struggling with the fastball, four-seamer at the top of the zone. You see him there get the foot down early. He was able to use that strength that he has. La Carita showed his baby face out there with some power for the second big hit of the game, because he did get a big hit in the first inning to drive in the 2 runs there. I mean, Kruk, or was it Kipe? I believe Kipe said it, the longest double of the game, which he did hit a line drive off the bottom of the wall in right center field. So it was a big game for Rafi Devers. It was something that they needed, just more so for the fact that the timing in which he got those hits, especially in the 5th inning when the White Sox had tied the game in the top of the 5th. They come back and there was no shutdown inning for the White Sox that one.
Yeah, that's right. Devers goes 2 for 4 today with 5 RBI. Devers and Adames both have been the bats we've been talking about all season, need to come through for this Giants lineup to start to produce. What kind of confidence does it give the entire group to have Devers hitting the way that he has here during this recent stretch?
I mean, coming into the season, it could be argued that he was a top 10 hitter, at least top 15 hitter in all of baseball. And that was the big talk about why it was such a big trade last year when they got him, especially at the time.